How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to my channel. So today I actually saw Oppenheimer for the second time this week. I saw it on Thursday night and saw it again on Saturday. I thought it was really great. I already gave it 5 stars on Thursday night, so I think it's pretty much a perfect movie. Maybe slightly too long, possibly, but I enjoyed it more the second time just because I kind of knew where the movie was going to end. It kind of goes like three different stories are kind of being told. It's before, basically after the war, and what's happening during the when Oppenheimer is creating the atomic bomb. It's and there's like Senate hearings and all this stuff's happening, and this he's being questioned, for his loyalty to the United States, and whether he was a communist or not, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of goes all over the place a little bit. But I thought Cillian Murphy was really great in the title role. Robert Downey Jr. was really great. He played Louis Strauss or Strauss. Thought he was really great in the movie. I liked the performances from Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, and Florence Pugh. Thought they were pretty good in the movie. The movie, it's getting like 94% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It has like $100 million budget. It's just, I don't know if it has a ton of stars in this movie. I don't know if they're getting like basically box office revenue. However it does in the box office. I don't know if they're getting paid that way, or if they're doing it as a favor to Christopher Nolan. I'm not really sure. Let me know in the comments if you know how that is, because this movie has so many stars that like you think the budget would be huge, and nowadays budgets are $300 million, and this one's only $100 million. I know that Christopher Nolan, I know he's using instead of using CGI, he's using, I think there's some minimal CGI in the movie, but he's doing a lot of practical effects. I don't know if they save money that way or not. I don't really know how the budget came about for this, but hopefully it really does well, because I think this is Christopher Nolan's best movie. I love The Dark Knight. I love Inception. But so far, I think this is his most ambitious kind of movie. And another actor I liked in the movie is Benny Safdie. Last weekend I talked about Uncut Gems. He's like, he and his brother were co-directors of that movie. He's a director, producer, writer, actor. He does it all, and he has this Hungarian accent in the movie. He plays Edward Teller in the movie, and I thought his accent was pretty good. Let me know in the comments if you thought his performance was good. Some people may not even know who he is. Because he hasn't been in like, this is one of his first like really big roles. He usually does a lot of indie films that a lot of people don't see unless you have you buy Criterion movies like Uncut Gems and Daddy Long Legs. Those Good Time. You probably haven't seen him in a lot of like big budget movies, but I thought he did a good job in this movie. I've seen him act before. I think this is probably his best performance. I really like the film score in this movie. It had last weekend I saw Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, and that was the film score was done by Lauren Balfe, and I thought that score was really great. And then I come in this weekend and hear this score. It was by Ludwig Göransson, and if you know, he won an Oscar. He worked on Black Panther in 2018 and won an Oscar in 2019. And I thought his film score is really, really fantastic in this movie. It really drives the movie. There's moments where you definitely should, where they're testing the atomic bomb, and you feel this really, really intense kind of moments. It's because of his film score. It just really drives the movie, and it really kind of makes you nervous in some parts. So I thought, for a 3-hour movie I think a lot of the score is kind of repeated here or there in the movie, but there's a lot of original score that's happening throughout. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm probably not going to see it again in the theater, but I'll when it comes out on 4K, I definitely buy it then. So this is Christopher Nolan was with Warner Brothers, I think, for most of his career, and then he had a falling out with Warner Brothers when they basically started to try to take movies that are supposed to be shown on the big screen and move them to HBO Max. So during the pandemic. A lot of uncertainty at the time, and nobody knew the future of cinema at the time. So now he did this movie for Universal. So hopefully this movie does really well, and he can make Warner Brothers regret letting him go, or allowing him to walk. They didn't fire him, but just allowing him to leave, or not convincing him to stay, and doing what they did as far as not making him happy. So But yeah, I hope this movie does well at the box office. There's another movie out this weekend as well called Barbie that I'm sure. I don't know if there may be some crossover people that like that movie that will see this movie as well. But it's kind of two different demographics for the most part. But let me know in the comments if you saw both movies and what you think of Barbie. And I hear it's funny and it has it's not supposed to be a pure comedy. It's supposed to be kind of a different take on that what we think that character would be. So, but I don't know if I'm going to see that movie or not. But please put a like on this video. Please consider subscribing and have a great one. Thank you. Bye.